Welcome back to the channel. I'm just doing some Sunday chart reviews, which I'm planning to do every Sunday and put them up. If it helps in any way, then great. I'm not teaching you or telling you how to trade. I'm merely just reviewing charts that I'm looking at and looking for possible entry points for myself, and just showing you through what I do and what I look at basically. This is the United States dollar against the Japanese yen. And what I'm looking at with this is we've got this run up here, which I'll take it from there. Basically got a break of ascending narrowing wedge. So I'm just looking at this here. So what you normally get is when it's come out and it's broken through this, you get a breakout, a retest, and then I would expect to see it go further to the downside. In the short term and long term, I am bullish on USDJPY, but I think this is a short-term pullback. I think we could possibly see it come back to the 107s if this pattern carries on. If we drop down to the 4-hourly, you can see that it's shut below and then open up in a new candle into a sell. I'd expect this to come further down and some more movement to the downside next week. That's what I'd be expecting with this chart. Right, this is the gold chart on the daily. As you can see, we've been coming down in a descending opening wedge for a while. We've been bouncing off of each of the areas after our all-time high. And what I was watching here is I was looking at this key ranging area here. So what I was looking for is basically a break to the up or a break to the downside. Where we've had a break to the upside, I think we're going to possibly retest this area here at 1904. That's what I'm looking out for. It took some effort to get back through here. As you can see, we had a strong decline there. And I just think we're going to see slow movement, maybe due to the uncertainty. People were a little bit worried about inflation. I think we could see gold come back up into the 1900s. So this was a very key area. As you can see further back here, real strong, stuck in this ranging area, pushed out to the upside, came back down into it, couldn't come below it, and then it's broken to the upside again. So I think we'll possibly see it in the 1900s. So I'm keeping an eye on this one. This is GBPJPY. As you can see, we're on the weekly on this, and you've got some real strong diagonal structure that's bounced off a few times, coming down. It's bounced off of here, and again it's trying to get back through that area. And we've got real strong structure zone right the way through on this horizontal as well. You can see it's touched up here as well. And I mean, that goes right back to 2007, so it's very, very strong. If that were to break this area, then I'd be very bullish on this. If we break the chart down to the daily, I'm going to zoom in a little bit to make it clearer. You can see we came into this area and we just pushed out of it, came back in again, pushed back out of it again. So it's very, very strong here. When we drop down to the 4-hourly, you can see we've actually come down into a descending opening wedge, where we've got this resistance here, and we've got a lower low to this low here. So in these two areas, I would personally expect, or what I'm looking at, is I think we may open tomorrow, have a little test of this area, and then possibly come down to here. This is the key area I'll be watching here basically. So if we get a break over the top of this, then we're going to then come back up into this area and possibly range in this area in the 155s. If we don't get a break of this area and we close back below, then I think we're going to come down into the 149s, 150s. That's what I'm looking at with GBPJPY. This is EURGBP on the weekly. As you can see, it's been ranging for quite a while. Right back to 2016, it stayed in this range, just bouncing off the tops and the bottoms. So for me, I'd be looking at, I mean, some people do, they wait for it to touch the bottom and then they'll try and trade back up. They'll let it touch the top and then trade it to the downside. I prefer to wait to see if we get a clear break of either one of these sides. If it breaks to the downside, I'll be going to this target here, which is the 75s. If it comes up and it breaks to the upside, then obviously we look for a structure area to the top and then aim for that area. This one's pure, just got to be patient with this and wait. I don't want to try and trade the bounces, because of it would typically be the one time that you try to trade it, it breaks it and comes against you. The trade I'm looking for is when it actually breaks that structure and comes out of the range. That's what I'm aiming for, and that's what I'm looking on. And that's what I'll keep watching on this one for a while until we get a break. Right, just having a look at this chart on the USDCAD. Just trying to make some sense of it. This is on the monthly, so it's quite a far out chart. So just looking at some support areas. So we've got strong structure, a strong diagonal structure on the monthly here. I'd also say it's been ranging in this area here. I know we've had a couple of drops out of it. So for me, really looking at this, certainly for a monthly, I would say that's our direction, and I would say this would be our area we're looking to come to. Let's break this down to a smaller time frame. So we come down to the weekly. You can see we are testing. We keep testing this area. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 tests and not been able to make it through. So this would signify to me that we're going to come to the downside. Just drop it down to the daily. Again, yeah, we're still trying to get through this area, but can't quite do it. This could definitely be a short. I'm just keeping an eye on it. Just having a little look at this. It's a possibility that could be a small ascending narrowing. So what you could do if you weren't certain on the daily is wait for a break of this. If you get a break of this and you're looking like you're coming down to here, and then you could go for the longer target. If we move this into the 4 hour, we might get a bit more of a picture. So that's starting to look a little bit healthier for descending narrowing. We just move this up. So it brings everything into a little. Okay, so yeah, if you wanted to trade this, you could be waiting. I mean, you might get some sideways movement for a little bit and then a break below this. Then I'll be looking to short it. Lots and lots of strength above it as we looked right back to the monthly. So you got it on the monthly, the weekly, the daily. We're now down to the 4 hourly. So you could literally just sit and wait and be patient, watch this pan out. If we get a break below this area, then we could be looking to short this. Again, this is the stuff that I'm looking at. I'm not telling you what to do. It's not financial advice at all, and certainly not any trading advice. I'm just literally running through the different bits that I look at and the way I work the markets out. If this video is any good to you and you like it, like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks a lot.